Hello, YouTube divers. This is Water Dive 122, and I want to welcome you all to another episode of Coda of Soda. So, this is the very first Coda of Soda episode that we've done in quite a while, but it is becoming really hard to find new sodas to bring onto the channel in this day and age. But neither here nor there. My mother found this cool new root beer at Mountain Falls Resort over in Lake Tuxaway. Shout out to y'all for that. We're going to be talking about Uncle Scott's all-natural root beer. So this root beer is really interesting because I'm pretty sure this is a root beer that not a lot of you or any of you have ever heard of before. But this is a root beer that is common around these parts, or at least specifically if anyone goes to like Grandpa Joe's, for example, these are the types of root beers that you'll most likely see. And right off the bat, I think this is another highly underrated root beer. And if you've watched the series for a while, you know how many root beers that we've reviewed on this channel, how many great root beers. In fact, mostly all of them have been fantastic, and this one is no exception. This gives me a lot of Hank's root beer vibes, actually, and Hank's is my all-time favorite root beer. It is very smooth, very creamy. It's got a lot of depth in its taste, and it's got a lot of bite. Or at least I'm not really like bite on like the Barks level of root beer. It's not as crisp or as sharp as Barks, but I don't really know how to describe it. It's just really well balanced in both of its like tasting categories, as well as its flavor and aftertaste and fizziness. The three main categories that I have when it comes to root beer. The initial taste is great, as is the fizziness. It's very creamy, very classic root beer-esque. And then the aftertaste is honestly probably the best part of this soda. It's very nice and, well, natural, as the name implies. It's all-natural root beer. And with that, there are no elements of high fructose corn syrup. There's no artificial flavors in here, none of that. It's all pretty much cane sugar and vanilla and sugar root, basically any natural root beer ingredients that you could possibly think of. They're here for the most part. All right, so with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and do the taste test. So, cheers. Very good stuff. And also, I take back what I said earlier about the lack of bite. This thing does have a lot of bite. Still not quite on the level as Barks, but still a lot of bite. All right, so with that said, that concludes this edition of Coda of Soda. Thank you so much for watching, my fellow YouTube divers. This is Water Dive 122 signing out. Ready to dive and more fun on YouTube. Thanks for watching.